Hello and welcome to the Come Alive podcast. I'm your host, Mehermir Chandani. I'm a mother with a story, a business leader with a vision, and a leadership coach with a mission to transform lives and businesses. I am dedicated to empowering 10x growth in fellow humans by unlocking the transformative power of self-connection. I'm happy to announce a unique collaboration with YPO MENA and Regional called Every Journey Has a Story to Tell. It's a 24-episode podcast series of inspiring YPO members. If you'd like to be on the show, please do reach out to me and I'd love to host you. Today I have with me Ali Habaj on this show. Ali has been part of YPO for 17 years. His commitment to holistic wellness encompasses physical, mental, spiritual dimensions and has led him to deeply understand the role of flow states in achieving professional and personal vitality. Leaving a successful corporate career in 2021, Ali founded the Whispering Tribe Wellness Concept, organizing over 40 transformative retreats tailored for the YPO community. His efforts also established the YPO Wellness and Spirituality Forum, which is now the Wellness and Purpose Forum, which empowers members to connect deeply and foster personal growth. As an active YPO leader and board member, Ali now champions wellness on global scale, including the upcoming YPO Health and Wellness Summit in 2025. So thank you, Ali, for joining me today in Dubai at this podcast, and I'm super excited to have you. So it's been a journey for you over 15 years, doing wellness retreats with YPO. What was the catalyst for your transformation and for this career shift?
It really started, like you said, many years ago, and at the time, all the time I'm questioning the purpose of our existence on Earth. And I started really by just doing certain courses in Qigong, Tai Chi, and energy healing. And I just started from a wellness perspective only to understand the energy in our body and our system. And I started with some of my friends going in the mountains and doing mini retreats. Myself and few friends where we bring certain psychologists, sometimes the Sufi teachers, and we explore, mind, soul, purpose. This is how it started. And I think COVID was something like a wake-up call for all of us. Somehow I could see humanity, I could see how people, the fear aspect of things and so on that's happening at the time. And I think then I've decided, I need to make a major shift to align with much deeper purpose than my career. Even though I was super successful, in my business, a CEO of a large conglomerate, and so on. But then I've said, I want to go deeper into everything has a purpose. Any job you do has a purpose. But let's say I wanted a purpose that leave impact on humans and people's lives. And then I've decided to make a major shift in February 2021. And during that time, I was working in food business. Now, food is very interesting field because basically it's food. You are feeding humans. And I think most of us are not well because of the food we are consuming.
I agree.
And as I was going into the spiritual path and wellness, I was really into fitness and workouts and so on. I could relate to the food as well. And I've realized, and I don't want to name my previous company, but my company was the best publicly listed and so on. And we were all over the MENA region. I could say I couldn't eat any of my products. Yeah, because for example, when you put 7 chickens in a cage and then you manipulate the lights, and then that chicken is giving you egg 3 times a day, all of that not natural. And no doubt, all the stress hormones, all the anything that is not really done in a proper organic way and free range where the chicken moving, getting the sunlight and so on, of course that will have a major impact on you if you eat these products. So actually I really stopped at that because I came home and I said to my mom, don't buy any of these products, which are actually my products. I didn't feel comfortable. And I'm a CEO of a company, I don't own it. But I felt I'm part of that vicious cycle that is feeding populations around the world. I'm not saying the products were bad, the products were the best of specification according to the industry standards.
Yes.
Even though I lobbied in my later years to change a lot of laws, like not allowing certain ingredients that I know they are causing harm, but it's really hard to do that. We really need to have I think collective conscious shift in how we do food as business. And until that happens, you have to be really aware of what you are eating. So I think, this combination of COVID, the food business and so on, said, I really maybe need to make a move.
But what was that one thing that really shifted you? So for me, I wrote the book and I embarked on this journey to contribute to humans is because my expectation in life was not as per my reality. And when that happened, it really shattered me. And that's when I started focusing on my purpose. Why are we here? What is my purpose here? And why am I not happy with everything that is so beautiful in my life? Why am I still not feeling happy? So what was that one thing that happened that made you like, I really need to transform now?
Being in a YPO podcast, so I'll be very open and vulnerable.
Yes, please.
And so we are not like, this is what the beauty of YPO, having this container. I really felt, and this was for me not a book, but I felt I'm not authentic. All the time, I'm projecting an image of this amazing CEO, great body, having the life of his time, music festivals. I used to organize my own camps in Burning Man. All the time I'm projecting an image that is not really me. I could feel the insecurity that I had later on when I start really going deep into myself. I could feel a lot of layers, a lot of traumas that I'm not handling, and I'm covering up with certain habits, with certain lifestyle. So I was projecting a false image of Ali Habaj, and that was not me. And which people liked, and people was, wow, impressed. But within, there is a child, and there is some pain that I'm not dealing with. And I really felt that, and said, this is enough. And I really need to heal. And I think this healing process or the healing journey, where I removed a lot of layers, I've dealt with a lot of traumas, with certain childhood issues, family issues, that I never really existed. Or I knew, but I wanted to be in denial.
Yes, that's well said.
Or not just in denial, or maybe I said, I'm strong, I can handle it. No, it's not. But to come to this realization and be honest with yourself, it's not easy, honestly not easy. And honestly, I tell you, when I made that decisions, the pain I went through, enormous pain. I was on my knees crying many times, during this period of healing and understanding and evolving. So, I guess this is, with all honesty, this is what really shook me, is to understand myself, and going deep into the many, many layers that I had. And I'm still going through it. It's a process and it's a life journey, you see.
So it was about being able to live an authentic life that really was a challenge. And that's what led you to transform yourself completely and to lead this holistic life now and start contributing.
100%. And really, Gabor Mate speaks a lot about that, living authentically, even for himself. Like, it's not easy to really be authentic and knowing thyself, basically, is knowing yourself. Also, there is one course I took with my Sufi teacher called Who Am I? Over 1 year. And that course, I've done it like over now many years. But strange enough, you see, every time I'm removing a layer and knowing myself a little better, I get to see other layer I need to know. So it's a process. It's not something you can, let's say, come with it with one session. It's a life journey.
I agree.
That course also has a huge impact on my life and the way I see things and the way I, interact with people, with myself. And it also had a huge impact on my wellness. Now, I'll explain to you later what is a relationship between spirituality and physical wellness in that matter.
No, I mean, absolutely. I would love to know. You've been an instrumental part of developing the YPO Wellness and Purpose and Spirituality Forum. So, what is that all about, and what is the purpose of that forum? If you can explain, that'll be great.
I love the forums in YPO. I think they are the best thing YPO have, and many people are in YPO because of forums. So forum is an amazing tool that I really appreciate and I love. And then I said, I love my forum, but I came to a point, I felt I need to go deeper. I need to connect with people maybe of similar frequency and vibration. And I felt I was not getting that from my local forum. And then I said, okay, let me go out. And I was the regional chair for MENA at the time, so I managed to get things together quickly. So I launched the Wellness and Spirituality Forum at the time. Now we call it Purpose. And I just wanted to get 6 members and make it regional, super regional, sorry, because I thought maybe I would not even get enough people regionally. And then we launched it, just like on WhatsApp groups, and YPO management helped me to launch it. And suddenly we have 95 people signed up. So I was hoping for 6, so we had 95. And that immediately, and they didn't understand what it entails, honestly. It's not like, I had to promote it. I just said this is a focused, themed forum where we will be exploring wellness and spirituality content in much bigger detail than a normal forum. This was basically the highlight. So we had a lot of people, and then we said, okay, if there's such a demand, let us have more than one forum. So we had, out of this, some people continued, some people pulled out last minute. So we had around 5 forums. So today we have 5 forums in existence. 4 of them are virtual. Mine is in person. For me, it was really important to be in person. So it's in person, and we meet 4 times a year. Now, how different is this from normal forums? The update forums. So we curate it, and actually we keep evolving with it. Like me and my forum buddies, all of us are into that. And so the update goes into one, physical. How's your body? How do you feel? Do you have back pain? Because many people are really sometimes in silence, and they don't recognize that if you have migraine, it's not okay.
Correct.
Some people take it, I've
This
been
is how
having
I
it for
live,
many. No, it's not okay.
Yes.
Share it with us. Let's understand your pain, what's happening in your physical body. And you will be surprised and shocked. Actually, I was shocked. People come up with certain things, and they said, I've never thought of sharing that, listen, my shoulder has been hurting me for the last 6 years, but I'm okay with it. No, it's not okay. Let's see what
they live with it, right? They live with the pain because they don't know that it has an emotional connection.
100%.
Yes,
And the most dangerous thing,
realized that.
never fall in love with your pain.
I love that. Never fall in love with your pain. Yes.
Many people,
why should you?
Why should you? You see,
Yes.
some people get accustomed to pain so much that they accept it. Now, pain and suffering is another topic, but so that we don't go away from that. But anyways,
So you talk about physical body.
physical body, and then we go into the mental.
Mental, okay.
How is your mind? Are you okay? Are you
What are the recurring thoughts?
thoughts? Very
I love
important
it.
to get into the psyche, and by us focusing you, like in a normal forum, there will be update on personal, family, and business. This is the
Correct.
normal
Yes.
thing. But no, when I change, I help you to focus on the psyche of yourself. Many things come up, honestly.
Yes.
Many things come up, and we explore that in many different ways. Then we get into shadow work. For example, I'll just give you an example on the psyche. We just had our forum retreat in Zurich. We went to Carl Jung Institute. I don't know if you're familiar with Carl Jung.
No,
Carl
I'm
Jung
not.
is the founder of the shadow work. So he was with Freud at the time. Carl Jung is much more, let's say, God-conscious person, whereas Freud doesn't believe in God. So he's actually the founder of modern psychology as we know it. So we went there because we started talking about shadow work and like everyone has different shadows and we have to embrace our shadows to grow and so on.
And what is exactly shadow work? I've heard of a lot of things, but I'm not sure if I know what shadow work
Shadow
is.
work, like everyone has different, let's say, faces. Some we expose to the public, some we keep it to ourselves.
Correct.
And there is an amazing thing we do in Forum is that we create from a carton a mask. And we say, write out what you're exposing to people and write back what you are exposing to yourself. Now, many times, not all shadow is bad, but many times, we know about ourselves certain things we hate. You have to embrace it because by embracing it and you can really love it and change. So shadow work is about accepting who you really are in different ways. Yeah.
Wow,
So
wonderful.
it's very deep and it's really beautiful. So we went there, we did shadow work exercises. We met the granddaughter of Carl Jung. We went to his house. This is where we go deep. This is what I mean is different from a normal forum. So we have the mind, so we have the physical, we have the mind,
Yes.
and then we talk about the soul. And the soul is really important for wellness because even if you are physically well,
Yes.
mentally well, and it's a journey and interlinked, unless you are connected, and I'm not talking religions,
No,
religions
yes.
included, but you have to connect for something higher than you. You have to
Yes.
believe in higher power, higher force,
Absolutely.
God, whatever you want to call it, but you have to connect for something.
Yes.
So I'm a Sufi Muslim, my friends are Buddhists, all of us, okay, fine. It's your journey, you have to connect, but connect to something higher than yourself.
Correct.
Otherwise, you will be a slave to your own ego. And if you are not really conquering your ego, you are not well.
I
Yeah.
love it. That's so true. And I think in leadership, conquering the ego is so important. So when I joined my family business, I exactly felt what you're saying. My mind, body, and soul were not connected. Because they were not connected, I could not make an impact on the bottom line. And I could not impact people around in the company itself. And that's when I started going even deeper. I joined EO and then YPO to understand that what am I missing in life? What am I not seeing? And why do I have my mind, body, and soul not connected? And when I started doing the work, I started becoming so much more stronger as a person and as a leader. So tell me, how does it impact leadership?
Honestly, what you just said is so profound, and I'm so happy to hear it because some of my friends make fun, Ali, when I retire, I'll have time for, I'm so busy with business. They don't understand that when you are really in harmony with your body, mind, and soul, you will become a fantastic business leader. They think it's isolated. When you are making these separations, you are making great mistake. There is no separations. Everything I'm sharing with you, and you just told me in a very clear words that I become a better leader.
Yeah.
And when you are a better leader, your business grow, your relationship with your employees change.
Relationship at home changes.
Everything, honestly. And people don't see it, unfortunately. And many YPOers don't see it. They are making this segregation that this is fun or this is like hobbies.
Yes.
It's not. It will really impact you in a major way.
So what is the one thing you can tell a YPOer to make that shift and to incorporate everything together to become a better leader?
They have to really be humble to start with, to get into that humbleness that doesn't matter how powerful you are and how great you are, you need to work on yourself. Everybody does. There is no one is perfect. And putting a facade of a great person, as I did, by the way. So I'm sharing from my own personal experience that it's very tiring, not living authentically. And I really invite all to look even if they are having problem in their business, before they go and find
You
and
should
bring
look at your-
strategists and advisors to find a solution, if they could really try different method of solving a business problem, which is,
Yes.
as we explained, by going deeper into different aspects of their spirituality and mental state.
So I always say that in my company, I always, if there is an issue, I always take permission from my father and my brother and my CFO, and I say that, can I meditate on this and come back to you? I always say that because there is always another way of looking at things, another reason, another universal kind of a force that is there, that is probably impacting some growth, or it is a hindrance to our journey. So if we can tackle that, then I think we always have a win.
There is no maybe, for sure.
For sure.
Really, for sure.
Yes, for sure.
From my experiences, for sure.
I
You see,
love
when you are
this.
in a flow state, your decision process becomes clearer, easier, and correct. If we are making decisions from fear, anxiety state, no doubt, whatever decision you'll come up with is not going to work. It's as simple. It's really simple. It's really simple. You know, I've been to the Harvard courses, business executive courses, and this and that. There is a huge, amazing solution to many things in the business world, but very few go and tackle the.
And why is that, you think? Why do you think there is no connection to all the business things that we do and to the inner self or the spirituality or the purpose that we are talking about today? Even I see this, even as a coach, when I coach clients, they don't know how to align their business self to their purpose self or to their personal self. So they feel they are someone else at work and they have to be someone else at home, or even if they are spiritual. But so many of my clients are not able to combine the two.
I really don't know the reason, but I can see IMD, for example, they're really doing now a shift somehow. There are some IMD courses specifically for purpose and how this purpose can be aligned in business. So I can see some institutions are making...
So the shift is happening.
I think it's happening, and it has to happen because today, as you can see from the environment, and I always question, okay, now Harvard, Oxford University, they existed for hundreds of years, and today the world as we see, the status of the world is not really great, you know, in terms of environment, in terms of sustainability, you know, so all these institutions brought to the world amazing leaders, but I don't feel they are heart-conscious leaders, unfortunately, because if they were, I don't think our world would be the way it is today.
Yeah, I so agree.
They lack this compassion and heart-mind coherence, you know, teaching.
Yes.
Because if
there is a gap.
There is a huge gap
system.
in the education system. Because if you have it and you have this heart-mind coherence, I think your decision process, like today, if I'm in the food business, I would be much more creative to create healthy meals to humans and make profit. You see, but honestly, I didn't have it at the time, and as I said, I was hired gun. But today, if I want to create a business, no doubt, if you tell me, Ali, go back to the food business, I will create something healthy that I can eat.
Yes.
And imagine now in all different industries, everyone doing something in their
for the
specific...
benefit of the humans, rather than just impacting your bottom line. You must create something that is purposeful, meaningful, impacting people in a good way, like your stakeholders and your customers, and also make profit. Yes, exactly.
And you will make profit by default.
Because that's a byproduct,
by default,
right?
The byproduct,
Yes,
you know, at the end of the day. And fourthly, as I said, body, mind, and soul in the forum update. And then we have the social connections. Today, and I don't know if you've seen the Blue Zones documentary, one of the most important element of longevity is social connections. How are you with your parents? How are you with your neighbors, with your friend? And I'm saying social connection at a really deep level, meaning where people are connecting with you because they really love you, they appreciate your energy, your frequency. So you have to connect socially with like-minded frequency people. We see a lot of party, a lot of social happening. I don't call these social interactions.
Yes, because that's temporary and that's
temporary,
just for the moment.
fake projections of different, you know, people than what we really are. And finally, we came up with a final fifth update.
Oh, wow, there's 5.
5 updates,
Okay.
yeah. And the fifth one is impact. So
How are you creating an impact?
From the last meeting. So everyone comes back and they have 3 months of homework. So we come back and say, well, since we last met, I have trained 5 people into a certain thing. I have created this charity. So what impact are we making on humanity? So we keep each other accountable.
Wow.
From
Beautiful.
every meeting to one meeting. So it has been really an amazing experience. I think the forums are really successful. They're growing. I'm just hoping for YPO Global to endorse them officially so that people know them. And they're very simple, basically. And then we go into that normal 4-step process. So we are not changing the YPO forum structure, only on the updates. And because we are with like-minded people, the sharing, honestly, is like enormous. For me, I benefit a lot from my forum buddies. We go to different countries. We are meeting different resources, gurus, philosophers. So the growth in these forums are really amazing.
I can only imagine. That's beautiful. So, a few minutes ago, you spoke about a state of flow. So, a state of flow, in my perception, is when you're in love with what you do. You just flow, your thoughts flow, you get a clear picture of what you want. You're able to, your productivity increases at that time. So, what is exactly state of flow? And how do you achieve it?
Most people who are into the meditation world, and anyone who does it in any way, they will understand it, I think, by feeling their presence, like the presence of their body, their being. It's basically not to have this monkey mind. This is where you are into the flow state. And to achieve it for some people is really hard, especially, let's say, some people with ADHD like myself. Honestly, I struggled initially to be able to sit still and focus on certain things for a long time. And many of us today have really, because of technology, short span. So it's really hard to focus for a long time on anything. What I do to achieve it, I can share an experience, is really, for me, how I start my day makes a huge difference to the flow of state I will have during the day. I wake up before sunrise. Now, I'm not saying this is a must for everyone, but wake up early. So I wake up really early because I do my prayers, and usually I continue until sunrise. So I do my morning protocol that really shift immediately my energy. So how I start my day really impact the flow state I'll be in during the day. So I prepare myself. It's about preparation, intention setting, and being conscious and mindful during the day. Like anything disturb you, just step back a little bit. Just 1 minute of breath work could bring back your energy and your frequency down. It's just to be conscious, because sometimes things racing so fast all the time, that we don't realize what's happening. It's just sometimes putting an alarm on your phone every 2 hours to stand up, little bit of movement, breath work, very light stuff. Immediately get into a flow state.
So connect with yourself daily. I mean, that's what I say in my book, and I say in all my talks, is that connect with yourself daily in the morning, because you must have the first meeting with yourself, and you are the most important person. So why not remove that 1 hour of time with yourself so you can be in the state of flow, or you can understand what you want to achieve and set the intention for the day.
100%. This is why it's so important. My morning protocol is 3 hours. I'm not saying do it 3 hours, do it half an hour.
Yes.
All I'm saying, start whatever that really resonates with you, and make it a combination of body exercises, of mind stuff, and soul connection. So I do my prayers, I do my qigong and yoga in the morning, I swim, I do my infrared sauna every day, and I do my ice plunge at home. I created my own space, my own mini longevity centers, which I do that every day. Now, I'm not saying do that. I'm saying do whatever you could. Even 10 minutes of breath work is amazing. A little bit of stretching, movement, even in your own room. If you are traveling or in a hotel like I do now, I'm in Dubai. I get the sun. It's so important. I cannot really emphasize how important it is to get the sun for 10 to 15 minutes in your body and face in the morning. Just like I do my qigong while I'm facing the sun. Immediately your circadian rhythm, so you can sleep much better at night.
So it has multiple benefits.
So much benefit on that. And the simple stuff, it's not like complicated. You don't need to go to a gym. You just do it at home from any place you are.
So I think the key secret or the key ingredient to living a better life is to connect with yourself daily in the morning.
100%. Then you will go to the flow state much easier during the day. And then you will sleep even much better.
Yeah, and I think even at business, like there are so many things that throw you off. Because you're always firefighting if you're in the business, still working in the business. So I feel that connection gives you more power to be controlled for your emotions, to be more controlled the way you interact and react with your team members and your stakeholders. And that also creates peace and harmony in life.
People will love you more, honestly.
You said it. People will
say,
love
wow,
you more as a leader.
People will love you more as a leader. They will accept what you say more.
Yes.
You will feel good about yourself as well, And I don't see it, unfortunately, today. I really don't see it. I'm a super champion in YPO, meaning I attend all conferences. I was a regional chair for MENA. And I can see many YPO are amazing leaders, but they are lacking that side of their lives, to integrate it.
So what is the one thing you can tell leaders to start with to be able to feel a more fulfilled life?
It's really a personal journey. Again, is to be honest with yourself. Are you today living authentically or not? And I'm saying that from my own personal journey. When I've decided to make that shift at the time, I felt I was not authentic. And I wanted to be me, with all my wounds, with all my joy, sorrow. This is me. You lose some friends on the path. Yes, you will, maybe. Some people like the fake you. But then you don't need these friends anyway. So you will get new friends who loves the new you. This is the people to keep. And this is what I'm saying. The social circle has to be authentic as well and genuine. It's not about the quantity of friends. It's the quality of friends that they really care and love you for who you really are, not who you are projecting to be, you see. It's really simple. And that one thing lead to the other,
And how has YPO contributed to your journey of transformation, of you being authentic?
I really owe YPO a lot. I love the organization. Most of my great friends are in the YPO. You see, when I left the corporate world in February 21, I said, okay, now I want to create. Actually, it started before COVID. Where I created the first Inner Journey retreat. It's a global retreat. It's the first YPO global retreat that really, let's say, talks about spirituality. So it's about body, mind, and soul. And we did it in Oman. And we did it only 1 week before everything shuts down. So the timing was divine. And we brought about 20 different resources from Dave Asprey, biohacking, Mantak Chia, the master of Taoist teaching, Sufi teaching, shamanic teaching. So the program was first ever something like that happened in YPO. We had 72 participants from all over the world.
Wow.
Yeah, people flew I was surprised. Why would anyone fly all the way to Oman just for 3 days event from San Francisco? People felt there is a calling to come. Today, all of them are my really close friends. But everybody, they flew from Japan, from Australia, we had participants. And the event scored out of 5, as I recall, 4.8, which is very high score in YPO. And as you know, YPO will not score well unless they really believe in it. And the impact of that retreat was enormous, shocked me. How people, I have testimonials that I can share with you later on. People were changed to the core. I know some people changed the way they do business. One of the, from Belgium, she's actually now in my forum, she even created Impact Fund because suddenly her heart opened up. She wrote a book, out of that, so you hear stories that is sometimes
really
it's hard to believe, but this is
transformation
was enormous. And then we had COVID. Then post-COVID, and I was questioning myself and everything in my life. I said, okay, why not just leave the corporate world? Then I created something called Whispering Tribe, like for fun.
Yes.
And we started doing retreat. Now we did over 2.5 years or 3 years, we did around 50 retreats, out of which 45 YPO. When I say YPO, meaning global, regional, super regional, chapter, and forums. So we've been doing a lot of retreats.
So what is Whispering Tribe and what do you offer in those retreats?
Basically, it was just simply creating retreats that are wellness. So it's a wellness, let's say, call it company. It's a wellness company, but we use spiritual modalities and mental modalities and physical modalities to create an experience. So basically, it's a wellness experience, transformative experiences. It's as simple as that. So, but it's all about experiences. It's not just about today lectures. You can go on to YouTube, get all the knowledge you want. It's about you trying things, experiencing things, you know. And we start doing a lot of retreats. And today the average rating between all these retreats out of 10 is 9.7. Which is an amazing, and that shows you the how much people want these things. But I've done them with YPO also. One was all love, of course, as kind of like research and R&D is what works, what doesn't work, and I really get to understand what really resonates with people and so on. And because we are in the YPO container, I've realized how important is a safe space and container for people to connect.
Yes.
And I've learned something really interesting, the collective energy when it's created within a container, safety, vulnerability, YPO forum confidential rules. Wow, the kind of healing that happens within 2, 3, 4 days, really unbelievable.
No, I absolutely agree.
know?
For me also, a forum has been the catalyst for my growth and transformation because I felt safe, because I was able to cry, I was able to be authentic without judgment. I felt that I was not judged, and that helped me transform. And I think if we can give that to members all around, then transformation is inevitable. That's so true.
It is amazing, really, the collective healing, the collective energy that is created in a safe space. So I learned that a lot from YPOs. This is why I'm so grateful, because I don't think I would have known that and how important it is. Because now I'm doing things outside the YPO based on my learning. So we are creating, me and YPO members, three camps in the mountains, one in Cape Town, one in Spain, one in Morocco, where we are doing actually like a lodge of 20 to 25 luxury tents, where we will have this safe space, curated, not just for YPOs, this is open for all. And so we are working on this project that I really hope where we'll have our own space of healing, food. We will be growing our own organic food. So that project, if it happens, it will be something we have all learned from YPO.
Amazing. What's the legacy you want to live and leave in the world?
Today, this is all the work I'm doing is because I want to live. I just want to die, and we are dying, all of us. And what are we leaving behind?
Yeah.
You could leave houses, you could leave beautiful accounts, gold, but this could be also a curse for your grandchildren. I don't know how they will use it and this and that. I really feel today there is strong calling for me to create certain living modalities or protocols or let's say these projects we are doing where we are really impacting people's life to the core. And by changing one person, imagine that person going and having impact on his own family and his own community and his own country. So by really all the time helping people to be awake, I think this is the legacy I want to leave behind, that I want to create something that people continue to do after me, especially for targeting leaders, because leaders are, yes, there is a lot of executive courses and this and that, but really I want their heart to be awakened and to be free from self-judgment, and to really get to know themselves at a deep cellular level, that they think they know themselves, but really they are not. And this is where...
So, I've always been in a dilemma for a question, and I'd love to ask you this question, is that sometimes people say that to awaken, there has to be grace bestowed upon you. The timing has to be right. What's your take on this? Do we have to? So there are two ways of thinking. So for me, in my journey, what worked is that I had to make a shift in my life by loving myself, caring for myself, understanding that I am asleep and I need to awaken. I felt I needed to make an effort, and then there was all the mercy bestowed upon me to transform me. What is your take on this?
What you said, yeah, unless you have the intention, the real intention, where your intention goes, your energy goes. So if you have
like
that. This is a Taoist like strict rule, where intention goes, your energy goes.
Flows, yes.
And basically, if you have the intention of change, and you really want to happen, it will happen. But you have to have it like in your heart. I really want that.
You are seeking it, and you want it. Like,
some
as
people
much
call
as
it manifestation. I'm not really into manifestation much, but I believe that if it's really in your
really
heart,
want it, then it's yours to have.
And it will happen. And sometimes it happens from strength. Like, for example, I thought I was at a certain level, and then my mother was dying for a year and a half. Yeah, her lungs collapsed because of the vaccine. And for me, seeing her dying for a year and a half, I thought, I can't take it. Honestly, it broke me. And questioned everything I already know. And sometimes pain really help you to wake up.
Yes.
Into another level.
Yes.
And sometimes pain, we think I was very painful to see my mom. I went through the toughest time of my life. But today, in reflections as well, I'm grateful even for that pain, because somehow it helped me to understand life differently, understand pain differently, and it awakened me. Yes. Now, some people, pain awakened them.
Yes, I agree. I've experienced
some people, so everyone has a different personal journey. And sometimes you think you are awakened until something happened to even awaken you further. And this is what happened to me. I've realized something really interesting. We are all one energy. And when you are all one energy, and this is what they call, some people, the karma, is any human you are dealing with have empathy for. Even a killer have empathy for, because that could be you. We are all one energy. I'm not saying forgive, it's not about forgiveness, just we are one energy. So in dealing with anything in your life, when you feel you are all one, not separate, then the way you handle things will become totally different.
I love it. Yes, and I agree.
And just to be conscious of that alone gives you peace.
Very true. I agree. So what's next? The Wellness Summit is coming up.
We're so excited because usually this is a flagship event in YPO that happens only in the US.
Okay.
Because it's done by the Health and Wellness Network. I'm also a board member at the Health and Wellness Network. So it's a very famous event. It's usually sold out within 48 hours. This is the fastest selling event, to my knowledge, in YPO. 400 seat goes like within 48 hours immediately. It happened last year in LA. In LA, and it's like two days event. So now we are, with a lot of convincing and so on. So now we are bringing it to Dubai. So for the first time,
amazing,
this flagship event is coming to Dubai on 24 to 26 October 2025, where we are taking the Park Hyatt Hotel exclusively. So it will be exclusively for YPO event. And last year the event scored 4.8 out of 5. So now, it's so hard to beat it. But I want to beat this 4.8 to make it 4.9.
I'm sure we all in UAE will come together to beat this now. So thank you for doing this for YPO and getting it to Dubai in our city. And I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I'm really
it's
excited
going to be
for
really
it.
amazing. Going to be different from what we do. Because now we are in, like if you see the program in LA, they brought all the top names in longevity, and they are amazing. But now we are integrating much more mind topics and spiritual topics, which is different from LA. And we are like in the morning there are lectures, but afternoon is all experiences. So we will have maybe 10 different experiences happening. From private workshops to workout, movement stuff. So it's going to be different from LA. The Dubai government is working with us very closely because they are now really promoting longevity initiatives and so on. So we are going to have an amazing surprises as well. I cannot, unfortunately, still it's on work in progress, but there will be an amazing, only in YPO experience, let's put it this way.
Wow, amazing. Love it. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ali, for the amazing conversation and being open and authentic. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming on the Come Alive podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Come Alive podcast. If you've enjoyed the show, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on whichever platform you're hearing it. Would love to hear your thoughts and comments. And until next time, see you soon.